Good evening. Thank you for being here tonight or for watching at home on your computer. I would like to recognize our City Council members, Dave Neponsky, Blair Camp, Jim Brass, Diane Turner, and Brett Hales. I'd also like to acknowledge my staff, family, friends, and the residents of Murray City. Thank you for being here to support me in this State of the City address. The word key kept coming to mind in preparing this speech. In doing a little research, I found that a key is often symbolic of access, something that can give someone availability to opportunities. A key is one of the oldest charms dating back to the Greeks and Romans, who used it to promote remembrance of things of the past and foresight for things to come. That is what I'd like to focus my address on tonight. Key components of our city as we reflect on the things of the past that have made our city great and the things to come that are very exciting for our future. It has been a humbling experience to be mayor of this great city for the past 3+ years. I have come to appreciate so many facets that I wasn't aware of before taking office. I also recognize the wisdom of our city founders who had the foresight to make Murray City an independent city. When I recently toured the McGee Springs area, where our water source comes from 18 wells and 9 springs at the base of Big Cottonwood Canyon, and the Power Department's hydroelectric plant, which was built in 1913 in the Little Cottonwood Canyon, I marvel at the intuition and foresight of the great men who knew how to capture these resources and provide a way for our water and power to come through the valley to where we stand today. I know Murray City is the envy of so many other cities, as we have our own departments of police, fire, power, water, sewer, stormwater, senior center, streets, library, parks and recreation, golf course, justice court, and fitness center. I feel fortunate as a longtime resident and as an elected official to serve this city and to walk in the footsteps of those who laid the groundwork for all of us. It seems in past years there were a few periods of slower times where it wasn't as hectic. But as our city has progressed and has become more dynamic and continues to provide so many expanded services to our residents, there just aren't slow times anymore. Each department is experiencing workloads at their highest levels. We have very conscientious employees who have dedicated many years to accomplishing the nearly impossible at times. The employees' dedication gives me great confidence that our city will continue to prosper and be a shining example to the entire Salt Lake Valley. As an airline pilot for over 30 years, I had many friends in the industry and people that I trusted, but I never felt like I was part of a family like I do here. I love this job and the employees who are the family that keeps it running. I also acknowledge the leadership that each of the department heads demonstrate. I feel privileged to work side by side with them and all the other employees that make up the Murray City family. I think a State of the City address affords me the opportunity to brag about Murray City. As residents, our quality of life is second to none, and I want to highlight some of the reasons I feel why this is true. Our employees are a major key to our city. As they give so much to this community, we in turn do our best to reward their efforts. In the past 3 years, we have been able to return to compensating our employees for their performance through merit increases. This past year, the merit increase potential was the highest it has been in over 7 years. We were able to offer a cost of living adjustment as well as a red line bonus to those who have dedicated many years of service. Because of the prudent use of our medical insurance plan, the city received a rebate from our insurance carrier. This money was in turn distributed back to the employees who were part of the plan. At the beginning of the year, while compiling information for our general plan update, respondents were asked what element was most important for neighborhoods. Over 74% ranked safety and low crime as their number one concern. Our police department is terrific and provides many services to our community in addition to law enforcement. Last year, they saw many changes. 6 new police officers were hired, and 2 sergeants were promoted within the department to fill spots vacated by retiring personnel. The K-9 program was reinstated, and the K-9 handler was selected from within ranks of the patrol division. The dog will be trained and certified in many different areas to assist our officers. The department was awarded a $5,000 grant to continue support with the Utah Highway Patrol's Don't Drink and Drive program. This grant will help pay for body and dash cameras and new portable breath testers to be used by our first responders. Thank you to our police officers. Because of your efforts, we are a safer and more secure community. The other group of first responders, our fire department, continues to see the responses for their 911 calls increase. Approximately 80% of these calls are for medical responses. The partnership with Gold Cross Services for ambulance billing became effective last January, and this move has resulted in significant cost savings through reduced fees for services as well as additional revenue through efficiencies in the billing and collection departments. Emergency preparedness is always at the forefront, with 3 lifelike drills being held during the year. These involve city departments, other city entities, and a scenario coordinated with Intermountain Medical Center, where both our police and fire departments participated in an active shooter exercise. Training is always a key benefit to our employees. Our attorney's office employees keep us all involved and aware of the laws that could undermine the credibility of our city. The risk management program has become an integral part of the daily work schedule, and workers' compensation and other claims have been reduced. We are fortunate to have some of the most professional staff in the state in this office. I appreciate their counsel, expertise, and direction, not only to me, but to all of our departments. Our municipal justice court is now a paperless court. This process consisted of not only scanning, but shredding thousands of files to comply with the state mandate to be paperless by the end of 2016. The court was subject to a required audit by the Bureau of Criminal Identification and passed the audit without recommendations for changes. In addition to all this, the employees have focused on cross-training so that they can cover for each other in the event of absence or emergencies. Our library continues to be one of the busiest buildings in the city. Over 1,000 people walk through its doors each day. They average 3 activities a day. Last year, when they increased their activities, hoping to lessen the number of participants per activities, their activities increased in number, but so did the participants. The concept of build it and they will come certainly was magnified here. The building continues to be used to the maximum as the auditorium is booked almost every evening and is used daily for activities. Their YouTube channel gets 1,700 views daily. They engage with our public through books, activities, computers, online services, and through helpful employees. It is important for city leaders, residents, and employees to know that our city is financially sound. The finance department's primary objective is to provide accurate and timely financial information so that decision-making has one more layer of knowledge for making plans. The city has moved to a new software program throughout the year. It has had a major impact on the finance department, but they have transitioned well. It has required many hours of training and lots of patience. As we move to the future, it is prudent that we scrutinize every dollar, be great problem solvers, and make positive decisions. Jacob Lew said, "The budget is not just a collection of numbers, but an expression of our values and aspirations." This thought will constantly be in our minds as we move to our future endeavors. The year of 2016 ended with our power department being completely out of debt. Their bond was paid off, and all of their priority projects were completed. Their reserve cash remains positively stable. Although being financially stable is a priority, the most important focus of the department is reliability of power and customer service. The department takes a great amount of pride in being proactive to reduce issues that could cause power outages. This can involve major repairs of power lines, smaller maintenance upkeeps, or the work of our arborist in keeping power lines clear of tree branches that have the potential of causing power outages. All of these accomplishments can only be done with excellent employees that are properly trained and are willing to dedicate their time to a high level of excellence. Earlier, a survey was mentioned. At one point in the survey, residents were asked to describe Murray in a word or phrase. The phrase mentioned most often was parks and open space. Our parks are truly gems scattered throughout our city. Murray Park saw many projects this past year, including 2 new restrooms, LED lights throughout the park, the start of the overlay on the asphalt trail, 6 new pickleball courts, and free Wi-Fi to all areas in the park. Other park projects include the resurfacing of our portion of the Jordan River Parkway Trail and the start of our $2.7 million amphitheater renovation, which hosts over 70 productions throughout the year. The Parks and Recreation program enhanced the lives of so many, young and old alike. We estimate that over 2 million people use our parks every year. The Cultural Arts program continued forward with many programs and had nearly 200 projects during the year. Their evening programs brought in over 8,000 people to Murray City. Unfortunately, Murray City lost several significant contributors to the arts this past year with the passing of Rob Wilson, Murray High Band teacher, Carrie Sharon, performer and Master of Ceremonies for the Miss Murray pageant for 19 years, and Sue Thompson, former Hillcrest Junior High choir director and vocal director for many Murray Arts Council productions. Their talents, love of the arts, and their willingness to share with others will be magnified in the lives of many generations to come. They will be missed, but their contributions are endless. Other projects in the Public Service Department include the Heritage Center, which received an updated look with a new flooring installed, newly painted walls, a new activity room, and 2 new pickleball courts. They also were able to acquire a 14-passenger van to help transport patrons to activities. The cemetery completed their lottery for 350 graves that became available after the removal of 2 roads and a GIS survey that discovered several lots not previously assigned. At the golf course, a complete reconstruction of the irrigation system began in late summer. The early snow stopped progress, but the work will start up again soon, with completion expected in spring. I don't even know where to begin in reporting the accomplishments of our street division. They had a very busy year. They were able to do slurry seal on over 60 different streets in Murray. They laid 5,646 tons of overlay on 7 streets and the Murray Park Trail. They rebuilt roads at Andale Lane and Fairhaven Drive. Plus, they provided street maintenance by filling potholes, painting marking lines, placing or replacing street signs, and providing traffic control for projects. We can still remember the recent snowstorms that required our snowplow operators to be out on every major holiday. It was an extraordinary year as we secured funds from many different sources for these projects. Did you know that we had the distinction of having the best tasting unfiltered groundwater in the state? We were awarded that distinction by the Intermountain section of American Water Works Association. Our water department also partners with the National Energy Foundation and the Murray School District to educate the public and students about our water and ways to conserve this great resource. The McGee Springs project of a new well was completed, and as part of this project, the chlorine disinfection system was changed from chlorine gas to a calcium chloride, which makes it safer for city personnel and the community. As I mentioned earlier in this address, our unique water supply of underground springs and wells results in the first time most of our water sees the light of day is when it comes out of the faucet. We are also proud of the business community and the new additions in our city. Fashion Place Mall continues its expansion on the north end. Macy's will offer a new anchor store, and the additional expansion offers 53,000 square feet of future retail space for new businesses. Other major projects for our city are the Cottonwood Clinic at the Tosh campus, Security National with 250,000 square feet of Class A office space, TNT Gun Range, the Intermountain Medical Center build-out on the 6th floor, Murray Crossings, Advocate Law Offices, Intermountain Gardner Transformation Center. Behind the scenes of these developments, and the majority of our other services, are talented employees who provide plan reviews, permits, inspections, network services, code enforcement, GIS mapping projects, licensing, computer programming, and purchasing. Although these services aren't as visible as others, they are the ones that keep our buildings to code, provide systems to make the jobs of others more concise and effective. They are truly a vital key to keeping the city running at its best. We are very fortunate to have over 3,000 successful businesses that add to our economic base and provide a myriad of opportunities and services for our residents. This contributes significantly to the fact that our property taxes have not increased for a decade. This leads right into the foresight of things to come. It is overwhelming to feel that we are in a position of moving our city in a direction that will be meaningful for many future generations. The building that we are standing in tonight was built in the 1930s and has served the public purposes for more than 80 years. Keeping that in mind, we are looking at establishing future buildings and infrastructure in our downtown area, including where we are standing tonight, that will serve our city residents for the next 80 years or more. The redevelopment of the Murray City Center District, including preparations for a new city hall, continues to be a top priority. This is a huge project and has required countless hours in meetings, which have included the city council members, the RDA board, planning and zoning committee members, along with the executive branch coordinating efforts between the city and the master developer in planning the scope and future of things to come. A major key to all of this is to provide the best we can for our residents. I think I can speak for our staff and elected officials that we want an updated downtown area that is walkable, bikeable, and a social gathering area that will be vibrant and one that can be enjoyed by all. An area where Murray residents will look at and be proud of. A place to live, work, and play. A place that will bring more life and energy to our downtown area. A place where heritage, character, history, and the charm of the past with a vision and direction of the future will link together. We want the Murray City Center District to become a showplace of what Murray has to offer. Murray is a great place to live, and our goal is to take a vision and turn it into a reality. As I've stated throughout the evening, the keys to Murray City's strong presence are great employees, continued services, and the enhancing the quality of life for our residents. In summary, the state of Murray is strong. I am proud of the accomplishments that make up our past and those accomplishments that allow us to be very optimistic and excited about the shape of things to come in the future. I look forward to working with the City Council members, Murray City residents, department heads, senior staff, and city employees to make the year 2017 the year where decisions were made and plans were put into action that improve and elevate this city for decades to come.